Hey, Stefan, how you doing? That's good. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Pretty good. Doing pretty good. This big ant just landed on my phone. Of course. A big one. One of those flying ants. We had a few cool days, surprisingly, in August. So you see what it looks like out here. And some people are just now starting to do their yard work. August came in, well, it came in hot, but it fooled us for a couple of days. We had breezy weather. That's not normal for August. That's not normal for August. Mike wanted a shift. That actor is going to be a great dad. That's not Mike's baby. They're going to make it like it's Mike's baby. Sonny knows she slept with that actor. In fact, she confessed. And I think that's the reason why Mike asked her was it his at first. She seemed like she was insulted, but girl, you slept with that actor. And the size of that baby today coincides with the size of when she slept with the actor. It hadn't been 6 or 7 weeks yet since she got with Mike. And remember, she's not just getting pregnant. It's been about 2 weeks. So even though it's been about 2 weeks, it still hadn't been like 6 to 7 weeks, 8 weeks. And they seeing a whole lot. So, and then Sonny is reading a whole lot too. Because they saying he went to her house, but he just got done asking Melissa, can they get through anything? So I think they missing that. Hey, but Melissa doesn't come off as weak like a lot of those other women. When Melissa gets mad, she probably goes home, but at least she goes somewhere. She leaves, and she knows herself, so she cools off instead of spazzing out. She leaves, and they think that Melissa is so dumb. Melissa is not dumb. Melissa knows herself. And I wish a lot of other people would know themselves. Melissa knows that when she's too mad, she shouldn't address the situation. And the sad part is, I like Sonny and I like Melissa. But it's like the writers are trying to make more people team Sonny, all because Melissa's from the ghetto. Well, I don't appreciate that because Sonny's best friend is from the ghetto. And I don't appreciate the way Jocelyn tries to talk down on Melissa. Her or Sonny both. Her and Sonny both. I don't appreciate that. The way they try to talk down on her. Because Melissa has dated dealers. Jocelyn has been a dealer. Big time, high time. So how you gonna talk down on Melissa? How you gonna call her ghetto? Melissa gets the benefits of being with the dealer, if you call them benefits. But Jocelyn sold herself. She had a whole ring. So the way they do Melissa makes me like Melissa more. Yeah, all the women like Mike. I don't know what Dominique was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. Now, some people would say she's, just rebounding. But to me, she never got over Mike. So I don't think Dominique is rebounding. She just never got over him. And she was trying to with Terry. So I don't think she's rebounding. But the skit today between Sonny and Mike, though, when they went to the doctor's appointment, I was feeling Mike. Like most of the people in the comment section, he was real. I was feeling that. But all Sunny has been talking about is where does that leave me? She's another Shayla to me. And I think that's why she and Shayla hit it off. They don't see what's right in front of them. She married a man who wasn't into women because of the money, even though her dad is like this, supposed to be this producer. How you gonna marry a man and he's clearly not into women, as we all could see? Sonny is more masculine, so if he was gonna marry a woman to kind of make it appear better to him, it would be a masculine looking woman. Now, she's masculine in the fact that, now she got some strong facial features, but they don't look masculine to me. Some people say she looks manly. She does look a little bit, but she looks like a woman to me. She clearly looks like a woman, but she just looks hard. So her and Mike look funny to me. Like I told them today, that baby gonna come out looking like a muscle-bound Michelin baby. But a baby with Melissa, it might be cute. More like Blake. Sonny's baby is gonna be cute. Cause like I said, Sonny doesn't look like a man. She's just more manly than Melissa, I will say that. And I like both of them. But Sonny knows the deal. Mike didn't necessarily choose Melissa over Sonny, but he was gonna play with both of them as long as they allowed it. So her daddy had to make her realize what was up. So her daddy is not gonna be happy. Her dad is not gonna be happy. Her sister isn't real happy, but she's okay with it. She just wants a niece or nephew. So she still has that polycystic ovarian syndrome. So we gotta wait and see how this plays out. Sunny does look good, but she looks so. There's this thing where I always tell my clients, the women, do you want to look toned and good, or do you want to look masculine? And some of them want to look masculine, some of them want to look muscle bound, and that's what Sunny looks like to me. But some people like that. Some women like that. I believe it's nice to have those hard washboard abs and just be toned from head to toe, and that's what she is. But I only want that to a certain degree. Like, the only thing that makes her not look masculine is because she does have a bottom that looks real. She has a bottom that looks real. So that makes her look sexy. When a woman is toned like Sunny is, that's sexy. So she's sexy, but if she gets any more defined in the muscle part, I mean, I guess she looks like what she is, a bodybuilder then. like a bodybuilder. I just know a lot of women want to be toned and have those abs, but they don't want to look. Like sometimes when Sunny is standing, if you look waist up, she does look a little bit manly. I get what they meant when they said that. But waist down, she looks very feminine. So her booty saves the day. Her booty saves the day. And her facial features, I saw a couple of people talking about her facial features. They are kind of stern, but she doesn't look like no man. She just got dominant features. She doesn't look like no man. Now, most people, even if she didn't have the body she had, if she wasn't a bodybuilder, most women wouldn't want to fight Sunny just looking at her face. I'm telling you. And I say again, she's not ugly. She just has those distinct features. And she has those features that look like she don't play. She has those nice Nubian features though. Honestly, she has features her features are beautiful. She just looks like, don't mess with her. You remember when she popped, what's her name? Kendra's cousin. You remember when she popped her? Yeah, like they be saying she looked like she doesn't look like a man to me. but her body, you could tell it's genetics, because a person can work out a lot and they can, they can develop their bodies into what she has. But she has a waistline, she has a nice bottom, you know, and I don't like women like that. But you gotta, when somebody looks nice, they look nice. You know, when they look nice, they look nice. So she just looks like a well-defined woman who does what she does. But I just feel like when I look at her and Mike, I don't see the compatibility that I see when I see him with Melissa. Kind of like, you remember, I don't know if you saw the other day when Dee picked Mimi up. It was like Beauty and the Beast. Mimi was on the floor and Dee just picked her up like a rag doll. That's what I see when I see Mike and Melissa. That's cute to me. That's cute to me. Like, Sunny is like a sculpture of the perfect body. And like I said, because she does have the waist down, her face she's cute. I wouldn't say she's overly beautiful, but she's cute. But I do see the distinct features that they talk about. She has these kind of heavy features, but she's not ugly at all. She's not ugly at all. I saw somebody in the comment section, and actually it was a man, that said, if she took off that makeup and didn't have that butt, she could be Mike's brother. I hollered. I was like, he was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. No, she does not look like she could be Mike's brother. What I didn't like, again, about today when they went to the appointment, she was looking at Mike. Like, she cried, she shed tears, but her biggest concern was Mike's response. Mike's response was genuine. It was good acting. It was like an expecting father for real. Because, Blake is his. Like he said, he didn't have that experience. The other young boy or young man that he thought was his wasn't. So to finally be able to be there from beginning to end, from conception to birth, he had some feelings about that. But Sonny was sitting up there staring him down. I'm like, girl, look at the monitor. Look at your baby. Like, look at the monitor. This is the first time you're seeing your baby. Look at the monitor, then share your moment with him. But she was sitting up there like, I'm like, so what if Melissa did pop up pregnant? And what if he had slept with Dominique, which he didn't, but it could be a possibility with Melissa. I mean, you're going to have another woman giving him those same looks. But at that stage, you should have been more captivated by the ultrasound. And when he came to talk to her, she said, where does that leave me? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I started to see what people were talking about. She's whining. She's almost where you can see why her and Shayla are friends. You have a baby. And the other day, she was strong. She was like, I know you got a situation, but whatever. Today, she was all, where does that leave me? And I'm like, oh my God, like, girl, you already know his situation. He's living with somebody. She's probably about to move out, but you need to be talking about, you need to be explaining that you got to take care of this baby, whatever else you decide to do. You need to take care of my baby, period. And anything that I need during this pregnancy, you need to be a man about it and help me. I would have respected her more for that. I can see in Sonny's eyes, she's still focused on loving Mike. And your dad don't like him. Your sister tolerates him now. So, and what was his name? Darnell, Jamal, something like that. She slept with that man, and I'm sure she didn't use protection. Because, like I said, they call Melissa dumb, but the first thing Melissa said today was, you slept with her and didn't use protection. So I haven't liked the way they've been making Sonny look a little bit weak. You call Melissa hood because she ate Cheetos. You talked about her eating pickles. Well, you're eating pickles now, baby pop. So I don't like that. Jocelyn right there with her. Dominique talks down on her. So you got 3 women right there. And I don't know how Dominique is going to respond to Sonny, but you got 3 women right there just dogging this girl for nothing. She never says anything bad about Sonny. She never says anything bad about Jocelyn, other than the fact that she knows they don't like her. So that's why I don't like them trying to act like, and people are going to like who they like. But when people say Melissa is dumb, Melissa is a long way from being dumb. And the one thing about Melissa, She never cheated on him. So Dominique, you can sit down. She never cheated on him. And when they do break up or get mad with each other, she doesn't go and sleep with J-Mo. She picked up a package. Well, heck, Mike ended up helping with that. So she has not cheated on him. She's been the only one that's truly loyal. If Sonny was so in love, she wouldn't have slept with that guy when she slept with him. So Sonny, you can sit down. And Diva, always being hypocritical. Girl, you another Uncle Doo-Doo. Except you had workers. So you can sit down. See, I don't like that. I don't like when people team up on people and make them an underdog. See, I could have rolled with Sonny harder if they hadn't tried to make Melissa trashy. Melissa's smarter than all of y'all. Hey, Life with Missy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, hello, everyone. Rafa needs to wake up. I don't like them making him look like a fool. Because she has been trying to trap him. Hi, Betty. Welcome in. Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Yeah, that's all. I didn't like how Melissa did that. But Mike was the one talking about he didn't get a chance to be a father to his other baby. So, you know, they've been talking about it. I honestly don't think she was trying to trap him because of the other things that they talk about. I honestly think in Melissa's mind she was going to surprise him. That sounds funny, but they were at Publix, at the pharmacy, talking about babies, talking about how he missed out, talking about how he wanted to be a father. Melissa was just wrong because she wasn't sure that that's what he wanted right now. Right now. So I honestly think that she thought in her mind that she was kind of surprising him or something. Now that was a dumb move. But overall, I think Sonny is the dumb one because you've dragged this lady, you've talked about her like a dog. She's ghetto, she's this, she's that. Your dad told you that was you were above that, you're better than that. But you were still willing to sleep around with this man in not even a bathroom. It was an outhouse bathroom in Punta Cana. Like, you conceived your baby in an outhouse. I'm talking about Sonny trapping him. You think so? You feel? I think. Now, Stefan, some people are saying that, you know, and I looked at it more like Melissa. Like I said, I kind of, as far as the relationship goes, I prefer Melissa with Mike. But as far as the two ladies go, I like both of them. I think I like Melissa a little bit more because, like I said, it's like they're trying to just double team Melissa. Melissa stopped running with Momo. You know, she started trying to be better. So, and some of the stuff that they would get mad at Melissa about was Mike's fault. Mike was making crazy moves. When he decided, when they found out that she was or thought she wasn't pregnant the first time, Mike should have talked to her about the store, about going into business and saying, hey, I don't think we should do this now because, you know, we had a whole baby on the way. So I'm going to do this with my lady. So they got mad at Melissa about that. Melissa had no clue about what was going on with that. So some people, though, Stefan, they are saying that she trapped him because, like Melissa said, you did that with no protection. But if Sonny knows what happens. She didn't use any protection either, and she let him stay. So she probably, I think that's why I don't feel like it's gonna work. Like, some people are really happy, and some people are like, it's not gonna work. I'm one of the ones that I don't think it's gonna work. I think she just set herself up. The only difference between Amber and Anthony and Mike and Melissa is that they aren't married. Melissa can easily move out. But you set yourself up. Remember how everybody kept saying, why does Mike keep going over there? And he was dealing with Sonny. Mike was just captivated by Melissa. So we're going to see how this goes. I know he has a baby, but even when men want to do the right thing, they can love the mother. But if their heart is somewhere else, it usually doesn't work too long. I think Dominique is the only one to show she deal with Mike if he broke. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Melissa's parents, I try not to hold that against her family, because Mike can put his foot down for that. You know, like Hollywood lately, she hasn't been begging lately, but Mike was supposed to put his foot down when it comes to that. Because Melissa has looked at him kind of cross-eyed sometimes, like, really, Mike? So Hollywood needs to stop that, and Mike needs to put his foot down. And yeah, Dominique has been, because that's right, they just lost the business. And honestly, in my opinion, It's Mike's fault that they lost the business. Mike hasn't had his mind on his own businesses, let alone the business that he shares with Dominique. So, and she got upset, but she's right back there. She got upset, but she's right back there. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. It's getting, well, it's already dark. I see where I need to be, but I'm about to get out of here because y'all know I saw a peacock the other night, right? And the creatures start coming out at night. They want to walk up and down the street with you. Some of them are friendly. Some of them just look wild. So most of the street lights are on though. So that's a good thing. I see my cousin sitting on the car looking at me like with his hands on his hips. His wife is inside the car. But I think so too, Stephon. And I do, to me, I feel like Sonny did trap him because Sonny was mad that he never chose her. He didn't choose her. Her dad made her leave him alone. But he never chose Sonny. So for people to be saying he chose Sonny now, if he does get with her, no, he chose the baby. Hey, Arisby. Hey, Lions. It was last week. Thank you, Arisby. I appreciate you. Let me see. When your birthday? I can only do Cash App, YouTube. For real? Oh man. I don't know. Is it a glitch? Like is something going on with it? But that's okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know what? It's certain people remember your birthdays. Like I got a couple of emails, and I appreciate y'all. I don't think I've been live since my birthday. I don't think, was I live yesterday? Yeah, I went live yesterday. I was live yesterday. So, no, it wasn't. No, I wasn't. So I haven't been live since my birthday, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, and thank you guys so much. Like I said, I have a thank you video. This somewhere, I don't know, I must have deleted it because I can't find it. When people send me cash apps or super chats, I'll usually just kind of post that thank you video on my community wall. So again, thank you to everybody who sent me cash apps last week for my birthday. I appreciate y'all. Oh man, happy belated birthday, hon. Oh, you good, Arisby. Thank you so much. Put my cash, put it in the chat. It's $ gold satin. One word, GOLD SATIN. Gold satin. And if you see it, it'll be the lioness, but the cash tag is gold satin. $GO. I can't put it in there. Thank you, Stephon. I appreciate you. Again, I don't know. I would call y'all name, but you know how sometimes people don't like for you to call their names if they send you cash app. You know, if they do the super sticker, you see it. But so I just say thank you to everybody. I think like 8 people sent me cash apps last week for my birthday. I appreciate y'all. Gold satin, GOLD SATIN. Yeah, that one. And when is your birthday, Arisby? I know you have told us when your birthday is. I know you're a Leo. Okay, I know you're a Leo. Okay. People don't understand Leos. Only Leos understand Leos, okay? Leos got some crazy, funny ways. We aren't crazy. We'll get crazy. We can be crazy. We'll act crazy. We got some crazy ways. Stephon, please. Drop your cash app in there, Arisby, too. Put your cash app in there so that when your birthday comes, I'm going to put that on my community wall. But yeah, Leos are strange. But you know, like I always tell people, I think every sign has its subsets of people. People who are cranky, people who are sweet, nice, loving all the time, people who are really caring, people who are kind of soft. You got people who are kind of hard, and then you got Leos that can be kind of, but then they eat really, really sweet and soft. See, people like to try to. We can't help that they gave us the lion, okay? We can't help that they gave us the lion. So play with it if you want to, because ain't nothing like the Wizard of Oz about us, okay? Ain't nothing about the Wizard of Oz about nothing like it. And Even the Lion in the Wizard of Oz found his what? He found his courage. See, something happened to that lion. Something had to have happened to him that made him lose his courage. But then he eventually found his courage. So Leos are just like everybody else. I think there are sweet people in all signs. There are people who don't take no in all signs. There are people who have a heavy degree of discernment, and Leos have that. And I'm telling y'all, I have always used my discernment, except for once or twice where I slipped a little bit, trying to let people in a little bit. And then it's be like, see, you should have followed your first mind as usual. Let me tell you something. Always follow your first mind, okay? Unless there is concrete evidence that you should not. All right? Always, okay, Aries, y'all remember, if you catch this live replay, if you are passing through here while I'm live, Aries B, her birthday, let me see your name. Bedspread Chronicles, aka Aries B, her birthday is August 15th. It don't cost you nothing to drop a blessing in the Cash App, okay? Okay? Thank you, Aries B, I appreciate you. And put your Cash App, did you put it in there? Because I'm going to screenshot it and then I'll put it on my community wall. Because usually every month, sometimes I forget, but most months I try to remember to wish everybody. Like this is August, so it's Leo/Virgo season. Toward the end, around the 20th or 21st, Stefan season is coming up. I try to say happy birthday to everybody. And I'll sometimes say, if it's your birthday month, drop your Cash App. You never know, somebody may bless you. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's $1. If 5 people give you $1, that's a cup of coffee. I don't know, y'all. Coffee about to go up because y'all know these tariffs and all this stuff. But listen, if 5 people bless you with $1, or 5 people bless you with $2, then you should definitely be able to get a cup of coffee. Okay? Okay? Y'all see Automac 815. So it's easy to remember her birthday. Okay? Automac 815. Thank you, SB says. Don't forget to thumbs up the live, you guys. I appreciate you. Has it been an hour yet? It's been 50 minutes, but I'm about to get off here because I don't like to stay on here any longer. Y'all know I try to stay like an hour, maybe 2. But when I come out real late, I try to do 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So thank you again, Aries B. Aries B, excuse me, I'm sorry. Aries B remembered. A lot of people remember. People remember more than you think they will, okay? Now, I don't always remember the date, but I know that Aries B is a Leo, and I know she's an August Leo, okay? Like, I have a couple of my friends, if I forget their birthday, I remember if they're July, August. If I know that they're a Leo, I kind of remember. Like, I have a couple of friends that I grew up with and that I work with. Their birthday, they're Leos, but they're July Leos. And I easily remember them because I always tell them to hold on. Just hold on, we coming, okay? Hold on. The real Leos are coming. The August Leos are coming. That's what I tell them, y'all. I tell them, hold. Tell y'all, what do I like over here? I like the R words. So I need you guys to, at some point during the day, right? Remember to get you some rest. And if you can't do it because you work so much through the week, do it on the weekends. And if you are a working person who works during the weekends, pick a couple of days out of the week to make those your times to get you some rest, okay? To relax, all right? To release the negativity, release the bad things, release the things that you feel like are holding you down. To whatever degree you can release them. Some things we can't release, we just gotta relate however we can, And the things that we can't relate to, leave it to God because he knows anyway. He's going to help you. He's going to get you through it. Okay? So relate to what you can relate to. Resolve the things you can resolve. Okay? Refill your cup. When your cup gets half full, you're going to either think of it as half full or half empty. When you see it, whatever you think, whether it's half full or half empty, replenish. Okay? Use the R word and replenish your cup. Okay? Replenish your cup and use that liquid, that fuel, that drive, that strength in that cup to restore your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay? Use whatever it is in your cup. And if you have to empty that cup, use whatever it is that you have left in the cup, kind of like left in the tank. If you're almost on E, you still got to use that last bit of gas to get to the gas station, right? So use whatever you can use that's left in your cup to to replenish. Refill it as soon as you can, though. Okay? Refill it so that you can restore, rejuvenate. Okay? All right? Remember who you were. Remember the things about you that you don't like, that you like, that you would like to change, that you would like to improve. Remember those things. Okay? Remember who you are now and revisit some things that used to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, y'all, I always say, it's just like riding a bike. When you get back on the bike, you may be a little bit shaky. But remember some of the things that you used to do that you don't do anymore? And it's not that they're bad. You just hadn't thought to do it anymore. It could be simply doing crossword puzzles. Okay? Restore some of that brain health. Okay? Restore some of your brain health. So revisit some activities like crossword puzzles, putting puzzles together, playing games, whatever you do to exercise your brain, because it's not just about the physical, right? It's your heart, mind, body, and soul, so that you can be replenished physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Okay? Heart, mind, body, and soul, they need to be replenished so you can refill yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Okay? So remember some of the things that you used to do that brought you joy. Revisit those things. Okay? Make sure that you respect yourself, respect your body, respect what your mind tells you. Okay? Respect those who respect you. Never allow yourself to be disrespected. And if you are disrespected, you got a couple of choices. You can hang around and continue to be disrespected, or you can keep moving. And it doesn't matter if it's family, friends, frenemies, associates, acquaintances. And if it's family and if it's real love there, y'all are going to regroup. Another R word, right? You're going to regroup and come back around. Come back around. That's an A word, but we got a hard R in there. You're going to come back around. Okay? So rest, refresh, replenish, restore, refill, respect. Okay? Reevaluate some things. Remember some things. Get reacquainted with yourself. Okay? If you are a person and you don't like who you are, make some changes. Nobody's perfect. Some people are bad. Some people are okay. Some people are good. Okay? They're like angels. But even some angels on earth have made some mistakes. So if there's something about you right now that you don't like about what you do or how you think or how you act, reevaluate yourself. Okay? And work on those things. What do I always tell you guys? We have to admit our flaws. We have to admit our flaws. Let's see, Arisb said, period poo. Come on, Arisb. When y'all see that period poo, y'all know she in the house, okay? R. Exactly, Arisb. Exactly. Yes, ma'am. And exercise has helped me on this journey, and most importantly, God. Yes. Yes, Arisb. Yes. So that's why I say, everything isn't for you. Everybody isn't for you. Every place isn't for you. Every situation isn't for you. You got people who come over here, they'll leave from over here. Let me tell you something. You know who's solid. If you have a disagreement or a spat, because nobody has to visit anybody. We don't really know each other like that. Some of us do. Some of us do. Some of us have grown to know each other, or we visited each other, or we talk on the phone, you know. But for the most part, most of us haven't grown up together, haven't worked together, other than being on YouTube. You know, if you consider being a content creator your work. But people have spats, and like my granny used to say, if you can't get along, get on. You don't have to deal with each other. We're on social media. But when you know you got somebody who you probably would click with in real life, is when you have a situation or a little disagreement or something, and then y'all still come back and it's good. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't have to come back. This is social media. But it's been times where I really didn't like something a content creator did, but it's still something about them that I like. So when they do something that I don't like, I just don't go into that chat. When they're on some time that I like, I go into the chat because there's something about them as a person that I like. You don't like everything about maybe your parents. You don't like everything about your kids, your siblings, your neighbors, your friends. And I know content creators may not be any of that to you, but if we're dealing with each other and we're seeing each other in these chats sometimes, there's nothing wrong with just, if you can't get along, move on. See and don't see. You see what I'm saying? And I have learned that One of my flaws is a lack of patience. And I'm not going to lie to you. When they tell you that about Leo, Aries B probably can tell you. I don't know if she's like that, but my patience are short. My patience are very short. My patience are short. But sometimes when I have to step back and just look at myself and say, okay, was I wrong? And even if I don't think I was wrong, well, did I jump the gun? Was I too? It's a matter of speech, YouTube. Y'all know we can't say certain words on here, but I said that. Was I too quick to get upset? And I can tell you, my patience are short. And so when I think about it, instead of thinking short term, I think long term. If you know that your patience are short, how have you been? I'm very short patience, and my patience are short, I get aggravated, I get agitated. So do I snap sometimes? Yes. Now I'm not talking about snap and go off, but sometimes you can snap and be like real short. So you have to admit and acknowledge your flaws, and that's a flaw of mine. And I've tried to work on my patience. Okay, I've tried to work on extending my patience. They're short. I'm trying to make them longer. But only some people will understand that. So you're either going to click with some people or you're not. And then, like I said, there's been just a couple of people I didn't click with, but then we're good now. We're good now. We didn't have to be, but we didn't have to be mad and enemies with each other either, because it's social media. But the good part about it is that you can be good, and we're good now. It's just like when you go to a new school or a new job, you have to learn each other. You have to learn each other. And let me tell you, if it costs you your peace, and if it costs you patience, especially for someone like me, that means you don't need it. You don't need to be around them. You don't need to be around the situation. You don't need to be around that platform. Okay? So anything that costs you your peace, that costs you your patience, that costs you your integrity, makes you kind of act out of character, leave that where it is. Leave that where it is. Okay? Leave those things where they are. People will see that, and some people will try to work on that, and they'll try to get you out of character. They'll try to take your peace. They'll try to cause you to act with the lack of integrity. Okay? Rashad, I don't. Stephon still on Country Wayne. You don't like? Oh, he's definitely jealous. Lawrence says, "Prime, I didn't know you was on." Hey, Lawrence. Hey, bro. Welcome in. So Stephon says, "Salute." Aries B says, "Right, but some are just content. But I need to change line." Some are just content. I'm gonna tell you, I agree. I get fed up quick. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. Now I do know that that's a characteristic that's kind of across the board with Leos, and probably some other signs too. I don't play a lot into the signs, but when I do pay attention to certain things that they say about signs, because I pay attention and I look at my kids and I see, yeah, they say this about this, and my baby girl, yeah, my son, yeah, I kind of, I pay attention to that myself, even my parents. My mother is a Scorpio. Leos and Scorpios have a lot of similar characteristics. So if I want to go into the sign thing, I gotta look at, okay, I'm a lot like my mom, and my mom is a Scorpio, and other Scorpios that I know are kind of similar to some of the things that she likes, they do, and some of the ways she moves, they do, not all, but some. But as a Leo, I do too. So I don't just dwell on the sign, because a lot of it is, it's genetics, and it's just you. It's just how you're gonna be. But I do kind of pay attention, and I have a lot of her characteristics, and they're Scorpio characteristics. They're the characteristics of when I read something about Scorpio, I see that. So, and I'm a Leo. So, Sagittarius. My dad is a Sagittarius. I see a lot of Sagittarius, and see both of those are fire signs. I think Leo, Scorpio. No, not Scorpio. Scorpio is water. Leo, Sagittarius, and what is it? Is it Aries? There's another one. So sometimes it's not really about your sign. It's just, it's just who you are. It's just who you are no matter what your sign is. Lauren says, "What's up, Stephon?" Aries says, right. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. Thank you, Aries B. Thank you so much. I didn't want to mess up the live. I was trying to pull down. I appreciate that, Aries B. Thank you so much. And again, y'all, remember Aries B's birthday, okay? Because I'm a firm believer in support being reciprocated, okay? When people show you support, you show them support. You may not always be able to show the same support or the same amount, but then there may be a time where you can show more support, the same amount, whether it's how much you watch their videos, how much you interact in their videos. A lot of times ASB goes live at night and I'll get up to get some water or something, and I'll watch, but I won't. I'll just let it play, and I'll go to sleep, and I'll wake up and she's gone off. I won't start interacting because if I do, I'll be late for work. I'll be late for work, you know. But sometimes when it's not too late, I'll say hello. Because I think ASB kind of like me. She's like a night owl. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a night owl, even when I do have to go to work. And that's why I won't start talking in the chat, because I like to stay up late anyway. And then if I start talking and chatting, I'm gonna stay on up even later. So, and I'm gonna be tired. And there ain't no way in the world I'm gonna go. Listen, it'll be like, sometimes you be up till 2, 3 in the morning. Because even if that person ends their live, you're up then and you're gonna start looking at other stuff. But yeah, ASB, I understand, like you said, it's content. I just, sometimes some people can just kind of make you feel a certain kind of way where you really just don't even want to like deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to watch them. You don't want to deal with them, because I feel like, how am I trying to say? I don't want to appear too attached or too drawn. I don't want to feel like, I guess I don't do content because I've seen some people do content and it just can just go so long. And I'm like, there's so much other stuff. Like, take a deep breath in, release. Take a deep breath in, release. Remember those R words? Deep breath in, exhale, just releasing that CO2. Pull in that oxygen, that O2, and release. If you find that you are starting to just be too attached to a certain content, you have to start venturing into other areas. As far as like social media, it's just like in real life. When you find yourself starting to be too caught up or too enthralled, and when I say caught up, it doesn't mean it has you by the neck. It has you, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it catches your every waking moment. But if we're going to be realistic with ourselves, what did I say earlier? We have to acknowledge our flaws. Sometimes I have to put the phone down. Don't mess with the laptop. Don't mess with because some people record everything. And I was talking about that last week. Like, save some moments for you and your family. Let those moments be special. There's a time and a place to put a lot of stuff. Even if you go on a cruise, fine, put it on social media. But don't put every ounce of fun that you have on the cruise. Don't let it be on your phone. Let your phone, let it be something for your content, and then let the other part be the memories for you and your family, where you can just let loose. You know, just let loose. As we said, straight fast, you are who you are. Right, signs or not. Yep. I've been in jam with Sagittarius. Let me see, what else I missed? Okay, I think I caught it. I got it. Stefan says, that's why I take breaks from YouTube. Yes, Stefan, you have to. And like when you go on vacation, like if I don't come on for like 3 or 4 days, I'm definitely probably doing something, you know. And sometimes you want to share certain things. Because it's just, that's what, look, entertainment purposes, right? Educational, informational, entertainment purposes only, right? So yeah, of course you do. But there are some things that I want to keep, or most people I would think want to keep with, okay, that was special family time, that was special friend time, that was special spouse time, you know? Or either something about just with yourself. You can be somewhere by yourself on vacation. By yourself. And it's just your time, right? And you just get rejuvenated. Remember? Rejuvenated. You get to rest, relax, replenish, restore, refocus, right? Reset and restart. Lawrence says, I don't tell people when I travel because people will, come on, Lawrence. Come on, Lawrence. If you're going to share that stuff, it's best for you to share it when you're back home. Like, some people, they're going to go live every time. And I'm like, okay, so they know you're live. They know you're out there on a cruise. If you've told people where you're from and you're live out in New Mexico and you're from New York, they know you're not home. You know? Look at Big Airsby, okay? So y'all got me then. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's some stuff you just don't share, like you share it after the fact. And some you just don't share at all. And it's some stuff I do on a day-to-day basis. Like sometimes when I exercise, I come on here and exercise. That's my time. That's my time to what? Relax, relate, release, resolve, okay, replenish, restore. And plus, I tell you all the time when I'm exercising, I be all over the place. I have my routine. I have a schedule of what I'm gonna do. And it just depends on, like, my free weights may start calling me. It may be a lower body day. I might be doing leg day. But for some reason my arms just wanna work. And then I'll go over there and get my free weights from under the bench. I'll get my pull down bar and start. I'll just kind of switch it up sometimes. I might be doing an upper body workout and all of a sudden I just want to go full body. So I might be doing cardio and I may not want to do weights at all that day. It may be a rest day and I want to do just straight cardio, but I want to switch it up, kind of like like an obstacle course. So I use that for my me time. That's when I relax. Even though I'm exercising, mentally I'm relaxing, right? Like I said, it's not just about your physical. It's your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. Heart, mind, body, and soul. Okay? Heart, mind, body, and soul. Right, RSVI. You just like keep some stuff to yourself. And that was like even before social media got to be what it is. You know how like sometimes your parents even tell you, y'all know I always talk about what my grandparents and my great grandparents, my great great grandmother lived till I was 15. My parents, those old sayings that they have, keep living, just keep on living. If you ain't felt, if you, listen, you hear them talk about arthritis, or they say Arthur, and you be like, why they call it Arthur? And it's obvious that it's arthritis, but as kids, we gotta understand, because it's arthritis, you know? Even if it's just from wear and tear on your joints. That's why I say keep moving, keep moving. The synovial cavities, okay? It creates synovial fluid. That synovial fluid is there to lubricate the ends of those joints so that they can glide smoothly against each other as you move. It's like a hinge. It's like a door hinge, right? Right? And sometimes you get issues, and it's just a matter of aging. It doesn't mean that you're 80, 90 years old either. Children have arthritis. Not all children, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's possible, right? So that's why they want to keep them so active when they're young like that in school. So, you know, you want to move. When you're walking, move those arms as well. Keep that synovial fluid flowing. That movement, the more you move, the more those cavities create that fluid. Okay? That synovial fluid. Take those deep breaths in and out, pulling in that oxygen, releasing that CO2, that carbon dioxide, and other waste. Okay? Release it. Pull in that oxygen. All right? So it can nourish those cells, every cell of your body. Right? Goes down into those lungs and makes that gas exchange of the CO2, and then you exhale that CO2 and other waste out. Right? Your lungs help you to eliminate that waste. Right? Your bladder helps you to eliminate waste. Right? Your GI system helps you to eliminate waste. Your skin helps you to eliminate waste. Right? When you're letting that sweat out, it's more than just sweat. It's just helping you to eliminate waste, help get those pores cleaned out a little bit. Okay, so start focusing on stuff like that. Like if you start focusing on stuff like that, sometimes some of this stuff we see on here, we just laugh at it. If we start focusing on things like that, a lot of that stuff we'll just laugh at. I'm in the United States. What's your name? Liddy? Is that Liddy? Bearsby says, exactly, don't share everything. So just, breathe. Breathe in and out, in and out. I tell y'all, first thing that you do when you get up, get you an 8-ounce cup or glass of water, right? But even before that, before you get out of bed, because some people have to stop drinking water at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. They don't have to, but they do so that they won't be up at night, right? But if you're a night owl, it doesn't matter. Drink your water however. But remember, I always tell you guys to stay hydrated unless you have fluid restrictions, okay? See, I have to give you both sides of it. I'm not just going to tell you, stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated. I should, and I do, but that's if you're generally healthy or, you don't have any type of restrictions. If you have any type of fluid restrictions, I always tell you, make sure that you consult your healthcare provider, just like you do with your exercise and your diet and everything else, right? Okay, contact your healthcare provider, right? I always say that. So make sure that you do that when it comes to everything. So as long as you don't have any restrictions, let a cup of water, drink a cup of water when you get up, drink a cup of, about 2 hours before you go to bed. So that if you have to use the restroom, hopefully you'll use it within that time. And then you get your other 6 cups. What? If you get up at 8, 9 o'clock, even if you don't get up until 10, that can be cup 3. At 12, get you another cup. Around 3 o'clock, get you another cup. You've gotten in about 5, 6 cups, right? And that's what's recommended: 6 to 8 8-ounce cups or glasses of water. Okay. I don't know. Some I think they playing with each other because they talking to each other. So he was sitting at the car. So I think he was talking about betting them on something. But I was looking at him because I wanted to make sure because I seen the car before. So I think it's his family. I think that's my neighbor's family. Okay, Arisby, thank you so much again. What you talking about, Liddy? Finish name. I don't know who they was. They was fussing, but he was cussing them. Could you hear him cussing? Gone. But he was I think he was his family because I see the car come and go a lot. Now they still could have been fussing with each other. I don't know. But he said something about bet something. He didn't say it like bet that, but he was saying something like betting on something. So I'm like, when he said that, that's why I looked around. I'm like, NBA is over. Football ain't started. What y'all talking about? So I don't know what they was I don't know what he was fussing about. But YouTube, that was not me. You know how the environment is. And usually it's never that loud out here. But he dropped him off, and like I said, I see the car. It's usually over here at this same house every day. So I'm hoping that they were just being some dudes and just joking. Let me see some. Lydia, I'm about to get you up out of here because you're number one commenting. And I don't even know what you're talking about. Do you know what you're talking about? See, I don't even be getting, I let the trolls make it over here. But you gotta be a good troll to make it over here. Okay? If you're gonna come over here and you're gonna cut up, you're gonna be that kind of troll. We gotta let you go. But if you're gonna be a good troll, we joke around and kid with the good trolls. So I think that's what it's, yeah, he gone. So I think, see if he comes back. Listen, Stefan, if I don't see him over here for a couple of days, I know that they were for real and they probably had a little falling out. But me and Bessie gonna be playing. So I guess that's why my folks were standing out because they must have heard it too because I see them looking down the street. But I'm coming. I know they think they're like, where's she at? Where she at is dark. But I'm about to get out here, y'all. Remember, we talked about those R words. We're going to talk about self-love, self-motivation, self-dedication, and motivate yourself. Self-motivation, okay? Self-motivation. So I wish you all peace, positivity, and prosperity. And y'all already know why. Without peace, what? There's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity roam, wherever they live together, dance together, eat together, play together, you'll fail to prosper to your fullest potential if you let that affect you, okay? You'll fail to prosper to your fullest potential if you let the negativity and the chaos affect you. We want to be peaceful so that we can walk positively and purposefully into our purpose, okay? Into our purpose. And of course, y'all know, I be telling y'all stuff because I'm telling myself this stuff too. Nobody's just right, okay? Just right, just means basically perfect. Another saying that my folks told me that, growing up, nobody's just right, just. All right? Nobody's perfect. And no matter how good you try to be, you're going to be bad sometimes. Sometimes we can try and blame it on somebody else, but sometimes we just have to take accountability, right? So we're going to be bad sometimes. But just try your best to walk peacefully and purposefully into your purpose, right? Like I tell y'all now, don't let peace be the reward. Let peace be the requirement. And it'll automatically be the reward. Let peace be the requirement. And it'll automatically be the reward. Okay? Except for I'll see. I'm going to see what's going on. Well, I ain't going to look for it. But if I see him, I usually see him every day. So If I don't see them for a while, I know they had a little spat. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Don't let bother people bother you. And don't let stress people stress you out. Shit, you got enough stuff that you got to deal with on your own without all that going on, okay? Don't let bother people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, that means any place, work, church, Walmart, school, grab your grip and go. You don't have to even leave the place. You just go to the other side of the room. Go to the other side of the store. Just do what you need to do to get out of there. Okay? Good night, Stefan. Good night, Arisby. Good night, everybody that came through. Lawrence. Who else? Who else? Who else? Misty. Good night, Misty. Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for being out here with me. Okay? I appreciate y'all. Bye, y'all. And thank you again, Arisby, for the birthday gift. I appreciate you. Love you, Arisby. Love you, Stefan. Love all of y'all. Love you, Lawrence. Love you, Misty. Bye, y'all.